That's the one thing that the Soviets have done throughout this first game. They now have their 4th attempt at game point. The jump server, Sorokolet, has it.
Good rotation for the Soviets. Big men up front.
Timmins off the hands from the back row.
Talk to you about that sweating incident. When we first went to Japan, when I was on the team, the Japanese coach said, you drink too much, you sweat too much. Well, when we got to be a very good team, he said, okay, it's okay. I don't mind how much water you drink. So the United States has always been a heavy sweating team, but as the United States has moved up in the rankings, no one seems to care as much.
5th attempt now at game point. Sapega will serve. Yuri Sapega. Very deep. Bertlich handles it. He gets the set back. And he hammers it down. Off the block. 14-12. That's now 5 attempts at game point by the Soviets. They can't put the U.S. away. And Craig Buck serves. Antonov blocked. Stork's got it. Timmins.
That's
still
good.
Alive. Timmins again. The Soviets celebrated one hit too early. 14-13. Soviets lead in game one. You must win by 2. And Coach Gennady Parson wants a timeout. He may reprimand his gentleman for celebrating a little too early. There you see the celebration. And then Timmins puts it away for the 13th point. 14-13 game one.
2 things. Hey, 2 things. One is keep sliding out. This game's ours. Also, Jeff's going to be rotated up. All right, let's go.
Jeff is going to be rotated up. That's Jeff Stork. He's going to move in and take the dink. It's called a red defense. He'll move up and cover the dink shot.
Basically a high ball team. That is a set high and try to murder it. Craig Buck serves. 14-13. Soviets lead game one. Quick set, Vilday. Karai saves it. Buck. A miscommunication there. Jeff Stork was there for the set. Buck took it.
Well, all the big fellas like to set the ball, and all the little fellas like to hit the ball.
6th attempt at game point for the Soviet Union. Antonov serves. That's 6 game points avoided by the U.S. in game one.
Soviets can't block a ball. Only 4 in this game. Usually they have about 8, and that's why they can't put this game away.
Running time of game one, 37 minutes. Soviets lead 14-13. Kuznetsov. Karai keeps it up. Block. Losev and Vilday. Soviets get it back. A 7th attempt at game point. Andrei Kuznetsov serves. Stavertlik. Stork. Karai. Block. Timmins keeps it up. Timmins again. Cross court. Now you see him start to get fired up. That's 7 game points that the Soviets have failed on. Steve Timmins. Sorokolet. It's up. Buck. Stork. Partee right back in his face. Blocked by Ryan Vilday.
Bad set that time by Jeff Stork. Vilday was up and over. He committed on that play. He was all over Partee. Couldn't get it to the outside.
8th attempt at game point. Vilday serves. Timmins. That's in. And the U.S. has their chance again. 14-13 game one.
Soviets are trying to take Timmins' line as we suggested, but Timmins going inside, so they're making him hit inside, and he's doing it well.
Timmins now 13 kills as the Soviets get the ball back.
Soviets need to go short here. Serve the short serve by Losev. See if he can get it in.
The 9th attempt at game point. Lollipop serve. Timmins. That's out. And the Soviets win game one. 15-13 in the gold medal match.
Welcome back to the games of the 24th Olympiad. Here's your host, Brian Gumbel.
The first set of the gold medal volleyball game is now history. That set has gone to the Soviets by a score of 15-13. Now, if you're taking your face and putting one eye on the television and one eye on the clock, rest assured we are not going to be breaking away at our usual time. Because the game started just a little bit late, we're going to be sliding everything on down the line. You'll be seeing the game in its entirety, and your local news will be delayed. Looks like it's going to be a late night, but we trust it's going to be worth it. Now, before we get back to the second set of that gold medal game, let us pass this along to you. As you know, one of the big stories working on this day is the hometown decision in the light middleweight final that went against Roy Jones and in favor of Korea's Park Si-hun. Well, in the wake of that, a couple of items to report. The Korean broadcast system, KBS, that's the host broadcaster for these games, is reporting they are getting a lot of calls from Koreans complaining about the decision. They say they are embarrassed that it went in favor of the local hero. And as an odd, ironic twist to it all, Roy Jones has been named the winner of the Val Barker Cup. That is the cup that goes to the boxer showing the best style, the most proficient boxer at these games. When he was told of his award, Roy Jones had a pretty good comment. He said, "It's kind of nice, but if I'm the best boxer in the tournament, how come I didn't win a medal?" It's a good question. Let's go back to volleyball. Bob?
Yes, Bryant, that cries for a hesitation. Soviets win game one, 15-13 in game two. That ball with 4 hits was not over the net. Here's the numbers from the first game. Chris, what's significant in your estimation?
Well, I think the blocks were significant. The Soviets came on, registered 3 right at the end. But I think the key thing, the United States not able to convert their plays. The United States had a couple of chances. Stork bumped into Buck. Stork slipped and fell down. A couple players bumped into each other. When you're the best team in the world, like the United States says they are, you have to make those points, and those are the points that the United States really has prided themselves on, and they didn't convert in game one.
Soviets had 9 attempts at game point and finally won it. And the side-out battle continues. That first game took close to 40 minutes, 41 minutes to play. Ryan Vilde now serves. Soviets lead 1-0. You hear Bryant call them sets. We refer to them as games. Internationally, they're known as sets. In the United States, they're known as games. Please allow us both. Both are correct. Steve Timmons back to serve, the most valuable player in the 1984 Olympic volleyball tournament. 14 kills in the match. One already in game two. Cepega, quick set, and that has been a recurring theme by the Soviets.
The United States is serving way too easy. The Soviets able to pass that ball up. When they do, they can run the quick set. The United States staying on the ground to block, and it's not been effective so far.
U.S. has no aces. Soviets 2 at this point. Sorokalet blocked well, but handled by the Soviets. Sorokalet again. Cross court. Timmons. That's Karai. Kept alive. Antonov hits it long. Any contact? No contact. Mr. Sasaki, the Japanese #1 referee, says no contact. Gennady Parchin, head coach of the Soviet Union. Party serves. No score in game two. Soroka left. Stuffed by Karai and Buck. Back off his chest. 1-0 U.S. leads game two.
They can make it happen with a tough serve.
Party. Soroka left down the middle. U.S. read that very well. They had 3 blockers there, but they didn't get up quick enough.
Well, 2 of them jumped on the wrong player. A good setter, and Losev is able to see the block. I don't like his touch so much, but a good setter is able to see the blockers. If one man jumps, you go to the outside.
Buck comes back with a quick set from Jeff Stork. U.S. gets the ball. Captain Karch Karai serves. Buck, the oldest member of the U.S. team, and its tallest at 30 years old and 6 feet 9 inches tall. Kuznetsov off the block and out. Soviets get the ball. U.S. leads 1-0 in game two. We'll have more after a word from your local station. The men's volleyball gold medal match continues. The Soviet Union in red, the U.S. in blue. Game two, U.S. leads 3-0. Soviets won game one 15-13. Chris, you said if the Soviets were going to have any chance in this match, they had to win game one. They did 15-13.
I think they put themselves right into the middle of it, although the United States is playing better in this game.
Marti gets stuffed by Yuri Cepega. And the Soviets get the ball back. Marti out of UCLA, 6'6", 26 years old. This is Valery Losev serving long. Losev is the setter at 6'2". You can see him